This is going to be a public notice, but before I get into that, um, I want to share this. Okay. I spoke of, in a previous reading that I did about how, I was going through this purging of actual, just things, documents, and stuff like that. So, reconnecting, resurfacing was just documents from different organizations, different groups years ago that I, you know, participated in one way or the other. And I did a reading and just how that, just resurfaced of just how all of that energy, the energy siphoning, just the energy put into, um, and how I unknowingly, may have compromised myself and my heirs, and, our, corporate fiction, also compromised us in commerce because a lot of these organizations was bringing people in and they not only was siphoning energy on a lot of different levels, they were conveying the corporate construct, the inslages, the all caps name, as people, majorly know as the straw name, the straw man, you know, into trust or on, they put placing liens, okay, on them, okay, on their corporate name, the straw man. A lot of them are asking for the Social Security account numbers. Some are even asking for a copy of the birth certificates, and also they want the numbers of the birth certificates, because these are bonds and securities. And they want the numbers off the Social Security cards and the birth certificates and so forth, okay? Your if you have any state IDs or state driver's license, they want the numbers off of those, okay? Because that's what they're doing. A lot of them may be doing a uniform commercial code financial statement on the people that's coming through, okay? So it's you have to be careful. And I Prophet Noble Drew Ali actually stated this, and I'm just paraphrasing. Be careful, because your own people will put you back in slavery, basically. And that has went on a lot, and I'm sure it's still going on. Um, I'm here to forewarn people, uh, a caveat to be very discerning with who you're linking with. But see, I learned that I'm not here to be a follower. I'm here to be a leader. And everything that I need to do and I need to do for my family, my lineage as a matriarch, and most definitely now being initiated into my, you know, um, evolvement um, into, being divine mother, matriarch of my lineage. Okay, that's a responsibility that us as mothers we have. Okay, especially when you are in your divinity. Okay, and I didn't need nothing outside of myself to do that. So I kept repeatedly getting myself, involved with these different organizations and different groups, just trying to, be unified with someone, because I know a lot of it I couldn't do on my own. I didn't, think I could do on my own. And then also having sons, I wanted, some direction for them, okay? Because I know that some things I couldn't do as a woman. Okay. Um, so that's all. You know, I was a mother and I had children. I was a single mother, and that's vulnerability, you see. And a lot of them will, they feed off of that. They take advantage of that. And but it was the wrong way to go. I did a reading on October the 20th about this and how, you know, that Six of Wands actually, what was it? What was it? Was it the Six of Wands? I think it was the Six of Wands, like in the reverse, and how all the connecting with a lot of these groups was a disadvantage. It was a big disappointment. It was a lack, always experiencing lack, a lack of achievement. Nothing, you know, it was because that's just what it was. Um, and then in most cases, you become a target, you see. So I learned from that. I had to heal myself from that. I had to forgive myself for that. Okay. That was a part of my healing process as well, forgiving myself for the things that I did, not knowing. Okay. Um, so, you know, a lot of these groups are ran by men, um, a lot of unhealed men. And it's just ridiculous because they're like, they have this catty energy and they like to target and attack women, feminines, divine feminines, okay? This catty energy, this mismanaged energy. They like have infantile behavior, you know? They're men, they're children, I mean, in men bodies. It's just like kind of sickening. And I would suggest for them to stop and ask themselves, why am I doing this? Why do I hate the divine women, divine feminine, or just women, period, in general? Why do I have this underlying jealousy and envy for them? Why? That's some shadow work that needs to be done. I know why. I've shared why before, but that's something they need to do. That's the work they need to do, not me. Okay? So, and this is today is the King of Clubs also, which is the King of Wands and Tarot. So it's like these energies are like the King of Wands in reverse. Okay. The King of Clubs is about mental mastery and authority and success recognition. It's the highest card in the suit of knowledge. Okay. It's about becoming an authority in one of the communications field. Highly intuitive, and they never compromise their integrity or inner truths. Okay, so mm, some of these men, leaders of these organizations, are in the King of Wands in reverse. Okay, so with that being said, this is going to be a public notice, a notice of rescission, cease and desist, and demands. Public notice to all. Notice to principal is notice to agent. Notice to agent is notice to principal. And I'm doing this because in the midst of, you know, purging and clearing, and I find myself now back still doing this, and using my haka, my voice to declare and decree, um, you know, oratorically, you know, and scribing, okay, and burning, you know what I'm saying? So it's like on the 25th of October, I did a public notice to the Blood Right Heirs community, um, and the Moore Science number Temple number 13. And I get another email from the Blood Right Heirs. I think it was on the 29th of October. And then all of a sudden, I get an email from this group that I'm getting ready to, you know, speak of right now on the November the 6th. Okay. I haven't heard from these people in like over 3 years. All of a sudden, now I'm hearing from them. Okay. But however, were on my list to most definitely address because of the application. You know, I had submitted an application with my signature and my heir's signature on it to these people. Okay, taken an oath, you know, or signed an oath, and that's as far as it went. I rescinded the applications back in 2019. Matter of fact, it was in May of 2019. Okay, I sent an email rescinding it. Okay, but all of a sudden but see, I know that a lot of them, and they think they're not, I don't know that they're watching this platform, but I know they are. And they're doing it in secret because it will reveal who they've been collaborating with. Okay. So, however, as I was saying, now I'm doing this notice. It's dated for today, the day of Jupiter, November the 7th, 2024. Okay. Notice of rescission, cease and desist and demands. Public notice to all. Notice to principal is notice to agent. Notice to agent is notice to principal. This serves as a final notice, in parentheses, prior notice of rescission given on the 23rd of May, 2019, to revoke, cancel, and rescind all memberships, applications, binds, oaths, and contracts of any kind, known and unknown, ab initio, for me, I have my name there, and my heirs and lineage, and I have their names, and all derivatives thereof, in our private, individual, and public commercial capacities with the United States of America Republic Corporation, U.S.A.R, U.S.A.R, or its trademarks, trade names, doing business as names, its trustees, officials, staff, members, former members, agents, successors, assigns, and any of your or its affiliated agents, partners, parent companies, proxies, third-party collaborates of any kind, etc., nunc pro tunc, referred to as you and or your hereinafter. Let it be known that you do not have consent or authority to use in any form the signatures, autographs, social security numbers, birth dates, identification card numbers, any personal, private, or public information known and unknown in spirit and in flesh of me, my name, divine mother, matriarch of, or any of my heirs, namely, but not limited to, and lineage. Any names, titles, businesses, intellectual property, secured interest property derived from and associated with me, nunc pro tunc, referred as I, me, my, our, and or mine, hereinafter. I reserve and preserve all of my rights and the rights of my heirs and lineage in spirit and in flesh eternally, nunc pro tunc. Cease and desist. This is a warning and notice from me by high authority of my spiritual counsel for you to cease and desist any and all activities, communications, attacks, energy siphoning, trespassing, harassing, covert operations, IP address searches, searches of any kind, background checks, investigations, but not limited to in spirit and in flesh against me, my heirs and lineage, and against all names, titles, businesses, intellectual property, personal, private information, public information derived from and associated with me, my heirs, and my lineage. Cease and desist your attempts to access my energetic field in any and all capacities in the spiritual and the physical realm from any timeline, realm, and dimension. This includes any malicious intentions of any kind, stalking, cyber stalking, curses, spells, psychic, satanic, wizard, witchcraft, shaman, death, disease, remote viewing, telepathic, mental, voodoo, hoodoo, vampire, demonic, Santeria, werewolf, sorcery, Luciferian, mind control, Wicca, witch doctor, radionics, laser wave, magnetic, infrared, secret weapon, secret war, and or Kabbalah witch attacks, and any other attacks known and unknown done by you. You do not have consent or authority to do so in the spirit or in the physical realm ab initio. Cease and desist any restrictions and or blocks placed on me, heirs and lineage, and any intellectual property or secured interest property, any stolen property, finances in the name of me, my heirs, lineage, intellectual property, and secured interest property by way of any security agreements, bonds of any kind, power of attorneys, but not limited to. You do not have consent or authority in the past, present, or future. Ab initio. Cease and desist any searches of any kind, IP address searches, background checks, investigations, and trespassing of any kind against me. You do not have consent or authorization to do so. Ab initio. Cease and desist any usage of any images, videos, audios, records, documents, signatures, autographs, identification cards, driver's license, state IDs, birth records, property addresses, records of property addresses, social security account numbers, employer identification numbers, uniform commercial code, financial statements, liens of any kind, in parentheses, commercial, international, national, license numbers of any kind, QSIP numbers, CPNs, bonds, bond numbers, bank accounts and numbers, blockchain accounts, securities of any kind, and any names associated with me, personal information of me, and my heirs and lineage. In the spiritual and physical realm, you do not have consent or authority to use in any form any private, personal, or public information pertaining to me or my heirs or lineage or receive any benefit from. If you have conferred a favor or a favor was conferred to you to cause injury and loss to me and my heirs in lineage, you are to immediately cease and desist. You do not have consent to share any of our personal or public information with any third person or third party ab initio. Cease and desist any insurance fraud, securities fraud, and any concealed fraud. Cease and desist contacting me, any heirs and or lineage by email, phone, social media, in person and or mail, but not limited to. Cease and desist all contact and connections pertaining to me or anything, property, person, living being, but not limited to, that I am associated with or connected to. Demands. You are demanded without further delay to give me full disclosure and transparency of any and all information, secret information that you have access to, no withholding about me and my heirs' lineage in any form. You are demanded without further delay to surrender to me any finances, commerce, property you have blocked or holding, have access, stolen, or are involved with in any way. You are demanded without further delay to surrender any and all video recordings, audio recordings, Zoom recordings, images of me and heirs that are in your possession or in the possession of any of your officials, members, internal and external allies, or affiliates. You are demanded without further delay to expose any and all fraud that you may have concealed. You are demanded without further delay to release immediately any property associated with me, my heirs, and lineage that may have been conveyed into a trust of any kind and released to me any CUSIP numbers and finances you may have obtained and received in reference to me, my heirs and lineage, and or intellectual property, all uniform commercial core financial statements obtained, liens, blockchain accounts, securities, bank accounts, inheritances, investments, bonds numbers. You are to immediately dissolve, cancel, revoke, and rescind any and all liens, agreements, contracts, indemnity bonds to where you may have fraudulently deemed and or fraudulently signed as secured party, creditor, power of attorney, attorney in fact, principal, etc., but not limited to, over me, my heirs, lineage, names, titles, businesses, or any intellectual property and secured interest property derived from or associated with me, and send me proof of dissolution in its entirety. You do not have consent or authority in the past, present, or in the future, ab initio. Let it be known that you have no authority over me, my lineage, or any of my security interest property of any kind, by name and or title. Let it be known that I have not knowingly or willingly given you consent or authority, ab initio. Let it be known that I, nor have my heirs signed, autographed any security agreements, power of attorney, indemnity bonds, financial statements with you in the past or in the present. You do not have consent and authority to forge any of our signatures or autographs to do so, ab initio. Let it be known that I have withdrawn, rescinded, and revoked any and all affiliations, oaths, and contracts, known and unknown, with you, ab initio. You only have consent to contact me, the matriarch, and I have my name here, to meet these demands either by USPS mail, FedEx, UPS, or the like at the mailing location above. You were initially noticed oratorically on November 7, 2024. These demands must be met within 15 days from the date of this written notice. The date of mailing is service to you, evidenced by the USPS postmark. Service is your receipt of this notice. United States of America Republic Corporation, U.S.A.R, U.S.A.R. Its trademarks, trade names, doing business as names, its trustees, officials, staff members, former members, agents, successors, assigns in any of your or its affiliated agents, partners, parent companies, proxies, third party collaborators of any kind, etc., etc. Nunc pro tunc, referred to as you and or your herein, have been duly noticed and warned by me, I have my name there, Divine Mother Matriarch, and on behalf of my heirs and lineage, the undersigned with red thumbprint as my official seal. This notice is per authority of high order from my spiritual council and is to remain in effect indefinitely, perpetually, and eternally in spirit and in flesh, in peace and honor, without malice intentions. By, I will place my autograph in right thumbprint. Okay, Divine Mother, I have my name, and on behalf of my heirs and lineage, perpetually, all rights reserved and preserved eternally in spirit and in flesh. You have been noticed. So mote it be, so mote it be, so mote it be. So whatever they decide to continue to do is on them. I don't care. It's not my problem. It is theirs. Okay? However, I'm going to pull one card from the tarot. Okay? And at the bottom is the Five of Cups. Okay? And as I split, it's the Four of Cups. So someone is in a lot of emotional distress and grief. Okay? Most likely for something that they put on themselves. And that together is the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. But in this case, because of greed, okay, because of arrogancy, I'm picking up, okay. They wanted all their cups filled, but They were doing something dishonorable to get all their cups filled. So now they're in this Five of Cups and Four of Cups energy. Let's see what card comes out. Five of Cups with the Moon at the bottom as I split the deck. So yeah, they were doing some things in secret. Most definitely. Okay. So this means to me that some karma has set in. Some bad karma has set in. Yeah. I see as I split the deck again, the Ace of Pentacles with the Moon. So they had been secretly embezzling money, stealing money. Okay. Large sums of money from people. Mm. So at the bottom of the deck, we got the Moon still. Okay. And we also, what fell out first was the Ace of Swords, and right following that was the Seven of Wands. It is in reverse. Okay. So the moon is a 18, which reduces down to a 9, which is the Hermit. Okay. So that is investigative energy, the Hermit. So whatever these secrets were with this Ace of Swords here, is being revealed. The truths is here. Clarity is here. And a breakthrough, a huge breakthrough is here, which is going to break through, okay, and clear the path for new beginnings, okay? This 18 in the African Oracle decks is the mask, Junbi, okay? So all the fake fraud, deception, stealing, lying, everything, okay, that is dishonorable to nature has been revealed. And everything that has been done in secret has now come to the light. So this Seven of Wands here is no defense for their actions. Okay. They have no protection because everything that they did was made up, was fraudulent, was fraudulent. Okay. Seven here also. What we got? We got the seven here. Seven is dealing with what? Neptune, Pisces energy. So secrets, also divinity. Okay. Also dealing with the dream world. Okay. Also dealing with, that's the bridge between the dream, the spiritual world, and the physical world. Okay. So as above, so below. Okay, so this was already has been addressed in the spiritual. Now it's manifesting in the physical. Okay, and these people were in with this Seven of Wands here. This was a group of people, a lot of people. Okay, coming up against one person. Okay, all right, and they don't even have any defense of why they came up against this person. They just jumped on a bandwagon of smear campaign and character assassination and gang stalking and you know saw somebody that they thought was vulnerable, okay, that they can make some money off of, that they can turn into chattel property, okay, that Ace of Pentacles. So money most definitely is involved here, okay? Don't get it twisted. Don't get lost in the sauce, all right? But this Ace of Swords tells it all, okay? And it's going to tell it all. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Peace.